Hello, hi everyone. I hope you're enjoying the papers on culture-specific evangelism. I'd like to share with you a little bit about Hawaiian history from this perspective. In the beginning, as Romans 1:20 to 23 says, all people knew him, and if they had a name for him, they didn't call him Hey You. So his name again was Eo, and he was the benevolent creator, the creator of the first man and the first woman. In fact, there is a Hawaiian tradition that he created the first man from the red earth and breathed into his nose the breath of life, and his wife was taken from his rib. There's legends of the Great Flood, and one of them from the Marquesas talks about how this man, his name in Hawaiian is Nu'u, built a large canoe with a house on top of it because of the worldwide flood. They worship the Creator God. They came here at the call of their God. There's a Ainui Maori chant that says, "Go east, O Wakatao, go east and establish your house under the sacred care of Io. Follow the rising sun," and so on. So you see them following the rising sun, sailing out, and then coming to Hawaii, establishing heiau or temples to the worship of Io. And again, Io was very benevolent and good and so on. But there did come a time eventually, which was around 12 or 1300 AD. The Hawaiians arrived in Hawaii, archaeologists think somewhere around 400 AD, where a man named Pa'ao came from Tahiti and he brought a new religion, a religion of human sacrifice to gods that demanded human sacrifice with strict kapu. In fact, the word taboo comes from Polynesia, which is tapu or kapu. And so you have the strict kapu where if you stepped on a li'i land and they were sacred, the li'i were the kings and priests of Hawaii, then you'd be killed. If you ate certain fruits, you'd be killed. There was thousands of people who were sacrificed. So you had this religion come in. And this is again like Romans 1:20 to 23, where they knew him and then fell away, as all nations did, including Israel, fell away. And so you find them worshiping created things instead of the Creator. But the Creator never left any people. He's always reaching out, hoping they would search after him and perhaps find him. And so it was in Hawaii also, where there were prophets who prophesied prominent prophecies about this. One was a prophecy that Keakua Maoli, which means the true God of the Polynesian people, will make to them a communication different from any communication that he had made before, and bring his people back to himself. Another prophecy was that the Hawaiian corrupted god of peace, Lono, would return in a new form. And he would return in a small black box and speak a language that the people would not understand. Third prophecy was that the Hawaiian islands would be unified. And then after they were unified, there would be the overthrow of the kapu system or the taboo system that they had, that harsh system of human sacrifice and killing people for, again, breaking kapu of eating certain fish or stepping on a li'i land, or if a li'i or the ruling class's shadow fell on a commoner, they would be killed and so on. That this system would fall. And then the li'i would come down to earth and the Hawaiian people would be raised up to heaven. And so you have three of these prominent prophecies there. And what happened was the Hawaiian Islands were unified by King Kamehameha. And then after he died, his son and his two favorite wives broke the kapu by eating together. If men and women even ate together, they were killed. And the high priest of the old human sacrifice system said, "I always knew there was only one God in heaven. I just followed the traditions of my ancestors." And so he was the first one to torch heiau, and they started breaking down all the idols and destroying all the heiau. And this high priest went to wait for the coming of the new and greater God, understanding the prophecies that were given. And so you have, at this time that the kapu system was overthrown, the missionaries are just leaving Boston Harbor, arrive about 6 months later, because it takes so long to get to Hawaii. They expect this entrenched human sacrifice system and so on. Instead, they find a people in a spiritual void waiting for the coming of their new and true God. Before they even get there, another prophecy comes forth. The high priest that destroyed the Tapu system, he's walking on the beach with the king in Kona, and he points to a rock there in the bay, and he says, "Hear, O king, the new God will come." And when the missionaries come and they row their rowboat into Kailua Bay there, land right on that rock that was prophesied over. The first missionary steps out onto that rock carrying a black Bible box. Bibles were hand printed at that time and were very valuable family heirlooms. And they were put in special boxes called Bible boxes, especially on long ocean voyages like that. And so he steps out onto the rock carrying this black Bible box. And it's the Hawaiian priests who open the box and open the book inside, can't understand the words, and they're the ones that said that this is the coming, returning of their true God. The God of peace, returning in the small black box, speaking a language they wouldn't understand. The return of the true God in that new form, who landed right on the rock that was prophesied over by this former high priest of the old system. And so you see, this is the story that we share with the Hawaiian people, that it wasn't foreigners pushing this religion on you. It was your own people who acknowledged that this was the true God. Read in the last week of this class prophecies around the world of the coming of the gospel, or the people who would bring the gospel. And so when we look for it and find it, huge, huge for the people, because our people knew him and our people acknowledged and prophesied his coming.